Hey, this is StarCraft 2 Strategy Guide Reviews.com, and I've got an updated review of the Shokz guide for StarCraft 2. Earlier, when I had reviewed it, it was a bit before launch, and so I think a lot of the content hadn't been fully completed yet. But let me just give you a quick overview again, in case you haven't seen it before. It's a guide for StarCraft 2, and what it actually is, it's a membership site. And so you buy a lifetime membership up front, and then after that, it gets updated frequently, and you don't have to pay anything. So even down the road with the other expansions and things like that, you're already a member. You don't need to pay any upgrades. There's no monthly fees for it as well. And what the guide is incredibly comprehensive. It's got it's got strategies for each of the races. It's got unit guides, and also he has some campaign guides coming for each of the expansions. Of course, the first one will be Wings of Liberty here pretty soon. But let me go ahead. I've got an account, so I want to show you what's actually inside of the guide when you get there. So when I had originally reviewed this, a lot of the content was basically centered around helping beginners or intermediate players get better, and that was one of the things that I really liked about it, because I think a lot of the advanced players, they have a tendency to practice, to just practice on their own, and there's kind of these people in the middle who want to get better but just don't know where to start. And so that's why I had originally offered a recommendation for Shokz guide. Now, in the meantime, in the last, it's probably been a month or so, Shokz has obviously been very busy at work. He has added all kinds of content, and I'm very impressed with it. In terms of catering to the advanced players, he definitely has a lot more articles that sort of cater to that. So even if you are an advanced player, I think you're going to get a lot out of his perspective on just some general gameplay, but also some specific strategies for each of the races. Now, the other thing that wasn't there originally that he has now, which I'm very impressed with, is he has these unit guides. Every single unit in each of the factions, I think he's almost done with all of it. Looks like he still needs a few more for Zerg right now. But so, for example, let me show you the Reaper guide for the Terrans. And what he's done is he's got a breakdown of which units the Reaper is weak against, okay against, and strong against, which is really nice. Talks about some of the skills and strategies. Any relevant strategy to that unit, he's got linked, so you can automatically jump if you want to know how to do a Reaper rush. Just jump right over. And then he also breaks it down how you should use the Reaper against each one of the races. So this wasn't here before, and I'm sure it took him a lot of work to do this, but it's looking really good, and it's really useful, because that was one of the things I was kind of missing. So content-wise, definitely a huge upgrade, and just in time for launch, I think it's great. This is just more comprehensive than any other guide I've found so far. Now, here's the thing that really sets him apart, and that I think makes it worth buying, is, again, I think there's two things, is that you're able to go in and rate the articles that he's written, and also just a simple thing, but you're also able to leave comments, which I think is, it seems like a small detail, but I think it's really important, because kind of once you're in here, you're connecting with other people who also want to get better. And I think, it's always more fun to play with people that you know, in my opinion. And so this is a good place to meet people who, have the same interest. So that's a really nice community feature, but it gets better. The other thing that he put in that I love is this strategy request. What you can do is you can type out something that you want to see, and then it'll come up on this list, and you can vote for which ones you want, and that way Shokz knows what to prioritize in terms of content generation. So right now at the top, he's got a list of build orders, an APM guide, some other things there too, how to learn from replays, all kinds of stuff in here that I think because you know, the other guides don't have that much community interaction, and I think in the long run, especially, you know, the lifetime of this game is probably going to be pretty long, that it just really makes things worthwhile, because you can always go in and find, you know, you can always stay up to date with any new strategies that emerge, and yeah, I think this is the one to buy if you're thinking about buying a guide. I would have no hesitation recommending this. I think it's the best choice out there right now. If you want to take a look at some of our other reviews, it's available on our site, StarCraft 2 Strategy Guide Reviews.com, and thanks for watching.